Hey guys, I'm a loser. Cause I've played Destiny in my parents' basement for years, but how I got to that point could have only gone one way. I don't anymore, but I mean that's the quickest way to racking up all this time. Xbox says I've played Destiny 2 for 14,000 hours. That's 580 days, but that can include time that I was idle. Time wasted on Destiny says I've been in activities for 5,500 hours. That doesn't count the tower or orbit screen. But honestly, that's far from accurate considering all of the bounties, quests, and matchmaking that happens in the tower and orbit. Not to mention all the waiting on LFG groups. Takes time to find a group just to wait to start the thing. Let me change my mods. Who's got overload? Like holy dang, I'm the only one who will use Divinity. And I mean I've done 12 Divinity runs, and those runs are 8 hours long. Easy way to farm 10,000 hours right there. Why would I subject myself to all that torture? Destiny is a great game. It's run by tons of talented people, it's always trying something new, and that has got to be its bittersweet love. Destiny 1 ended up great, so they remove all the quality of life, take away special weapons, give us tier 1 intellect, and slap on the label Destiny 2 Electric Boogaloo. Worst decisions ever. Shotguns used heavy ammo. What kind of killing game is based on using pea shooters all the time? I have 17,000 kills on my year 1 scout rifle. Kills so slow, I get kicked to orbit for being AFK. I sat for 2 hours in a nightfall once, in a cheese spot, just to get the highest score possible at like 50 under power. We literally tickled the boss to death. But originally, you got kicked to orbit for being in a nightfall for more than 20 minutes. All scrapped mechanics. But it's not all bad in Destiny. Every screw up is just a meme in the making, whether it's patch notes, glitches, overpowered exotics, or plain stupidity. The game is memeable. It's lovable, it's detestable, hateable, downright addictable. Yeah, that's probably a word. There's something about Destiny that scratches the itch on my cuticles that I didn't even know I had. It's like popping your knuckles, only more damaging to your health. The ultimate black hole, so powerful it absorbs time itself. Your free time, that is. Who needs sleep when you're protecting the galaxy? You never start with perfection. It's true in life and it's true with Destiny. A masterpiece is the product of a few successes and 100 failures. I like a lot about Destiny. Obviously, the core gameplay loop is still exciting. It has a good story. Not that I'm bife, I don't read and sure as heck don't understand the lore of this game. History ain't my forte. I slept in class. It has good music. Deepstone Lullaby is really popular. Not that I heard it, because I turn music off on all my games. It's not you, Destiny. It's me. If I had to listen to the same 20 tracks on repeat for 10,000 hours, I would probably despise everything. Music in moderation. That's why music radio exists. Stop trying to make me feel bad. The cinematics, I don't watch them on my first character. I've been stuck in a queue with the infamous one moment please for hours. I'm not going to spend time not playing the game. If I watch the cutscene, it just increases the odds of getting error code D's nuts. Launch day is the worst day to play. Every single time. There are probably Bungie technicians tuning into streams with a kill switch, just casually turning the servers off and on while screaming, got him, got him, got him. One of my favorite parts of Destiny is all the underlying lies, impromptu, and general bullcrap that they pull to try and explain away the mechanics and the currencies in the game. Have you ever asked the who, what, when, where, and why we have Glimmer? Why ammo that drops from enemies can magically fit our weapons? Glimmer is like the Philosopher's Stone, it's programmable matter. It can be used to physically make things. It was a source of energy. Destiny spins a long web of science fiction make-believe to explain away just the general game design. There's so much information that it can't be explained in one sitting. Holidays are created in Destiny so that we can enjoy Halloween and Christmas. Of course, they dropped Valentine's Day, the best Shaxx lore and casual PvP mode ever. I really wish Bungie could have more employees to make more actual content. Right now, I feel like I started a stamp collection, but none of my stamps are worth jack. I wouldn't say I'm a completionist. I still have general account triumphs like grenade kills I could knock out if I wanted. I only 100% like 3 games in my life, and maybe that makes me a casual, but I feel like Destiny is one of those games you can never complete. And it's because they keep pushing back the goalpost with every content drop. I like it. If it's not new content, it's new glitches. Every glitch gets more ridiculous than the last. Emoting through walls, pushing bosses off with finishers, making colony drop heavy on every kill, swapping armor around to get 4 reserve perks, god mode health, getting kill trackers on exotics without a catalyst. I can't dream up the ways this game falls apart. It's chaos. Imperfection is the spice of life. Every good plot twist is based on weakness, not strength. Destiny is not omnipotent. When Bungie was faced with the question, what is the darkness? They didn't have a concrete vision. It's bad, or is it? Two sides of every story. Every perspective has its reasoning. Until we understand those reasons, we're too quick to judge. Doesn't matter what the darkness is. The journey, not the destination. This ain't Mass Effect. I can't do what I want. I'm practically mute with a ghost that runs my life. I have no say in things, but I show up to kill the things all the same. Sure, I feel bad for the fallen. The traveler left them for us. Do we have a heart? But I missed the part where that's my problem. My character is the spawn of the Joker with the Bully Maguire cut. Didn't bat an eye when the tower burned and he lost his stuff. If anything, he rejoiced at this vault storage solution, which is still a big problem as it's always been. Haven't upgraded space in years, even after Bungie promised to. Let me just invalidate year 1 armor for random rolls. That should give you more space. Then invalidate those, and the weapons, and the currencies, and whole planets. Now the shaders. But despite all that, I still don't have space. And that makes things take a lot longer to enjoy the game. Because I'm always managing my items. Hundreds of hours in just managing gear. Whether it's comparing, switching out, upgrading, or swapping mods. I send everything to the postmaster now. And then later, I can inspect it from my item manager. I lose thousands of legendary shards because I don't pick up my loot. Then I have to visit the spider all the time because I'm out of glimmer, because I'm not dismantling blues to get that glimmer back. I don't even turn in umbrals. It takes too much time. I'm an ultra max hoarder to the extreme. End of season cleaning is the most painful for me, having to dismantle my perfectly good gear just to make room. You know how much crap gear I have to keep just to power level each season? 30 slots for armor, not to mention I need to make space for any new weapons I come across in multiple copies at that. After I compare all my gear, I delete the worst version. Then I have to move into the sentimental section. There goes my magnificent solstice gear. Now I have tons of enhancement prisms from dismantling gear, so I have to use ascendant shards on my other gear, then buy ascendant shards for prisms, but that uses all my glimmer, so I'm back to the spider. Well, why do you keep all that junk in your vault? I don't know, why don't you stop judging me? Maybe on the rare occasion that I want it. My loaded question has thousands of kills and I still use it when I play Garden of Salvation. Why do I keep garbage weapons? Because they have different elements, and if I'm needing arc kills and scout kills, you best believe I will be getting the bounties done at the same time. I keep a variety of perks, even when they suck, for the 1% chance that they glitch out or get buffed. I'm not crazy, I'm overprepared, overly cautious. Telesto always strikes without making a sound. You don't need god rolls for PvE anyway, that's just a PvP meta thing. It's good because half of you only grind meta weapons as an excuse to play something other than PvP, and to all of you Ascendant Shard Postmaster hoarders, you don't even use them. We are searching for the slightest reasons to play, even Gilded Seals. They are the epitome of pointless. But I got mine done. Universal Ornaments are a grind too for no reason, but at least better than Seals. My Guardian looks like crap 90% of the time. Even if I spend the time to look good, I can't win, mostly due to switching out exotics. I fix my look only to switch gear out for different perks on the next activity. Just remove the elemental affinities already. Bungie acts like a person who is scared of traffic, so they avoid all highways even though it would save them 20 minutes off the drive. You do it right the first time, And maybe armor wouldn't need an update every other year. Simple is better. Stop making a game within the game. Do I throw money at this game? Yes. But if you calculate hours per money invested, I come out on top. I'm not gambling for card packs. What was my biggest investment? The Refer a Friend quest. For this, you needed 3 friends who had just purchased Forsaken DLC to get exclusive cosmetics. 3 friends? Lucky to have anyone that messaged me back, other than to get wrecked, idiot, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad, you're dog water, kid. So I, in my infinite wisdom, just befriended myself, made 3 accounts, ran 2 Xboxes, then carried myself through level 50, Gambit, and Nightfall, while periodically using both controllers so they wouldn't be AFK. So the first referral gave me an ornament, the second was for a sparrow, the third gave me the first 2-player emote and an ornament for the sparrow. Very few people got these, mostly because it started a while after Forsaken dropped, when everyone had already played. Game sharing didn't work. I ended up buying the Forsaken DLC 4 times. 5 if you count PlayStation. I'm so glad that we don't have PlayStation exclusives anymore. That is probably my biggest purchase, a frickin' DLC. But I was able to show the Refer a Friend cosmetics before anyone else. Bright Dust is rare, so I buy silver, but only in the biggest amount. That way, I get it for as cheap as possible. Am I the reason Bungie gets away with microtransactions? I wouldn't say that. I think microtransactions are necessary for any live game. Don't you remember only getting money on your birthday and Christmas? Companies need money for the other 10 months of the year, and some of those microtransactions go back into adding content for the game. It's a side business that funds itself, just like merchandise. Let's be honest, Bungie is pretty fair about it. They aren't charging for double XP, except that one Pop-Tart promotion, which someone may have worked at a store, rung up 100 boxes of Pop-Tarts, submitted the receipt online, and then immediately returned said Pop-Tarts to essentially get 100 XP boost consumables for free. Whoever said nothing in life is free was just too dumb to use life hacks. You can even get silver for free. You can use Bing rewards, or you can do Game Pass quests for Xbox reward points, which I actually get points for just logging into Destiny each day. After getting enough points, redeem them for Xbox gift cards and use that to buy silver. The drawback being you would need to log into Xbox to redeem that silver. Also, you can buy the Season Pass with it. Another option is to sign up for Google Opinion rewards. Fill out a bunch of surveys for Google Play credits, then log into Stadia and redeem your credits on your Android phone. Spend your silver while logged into D2 on your phone. Pretty easy. Although, not quick. With phone apps, I hate the daily login bonuses. Thankfully, Bungie doesn't offer daily rewards because it's not that type of game. I don't want it to be an MMO where you're pressured to log in every day for rewards, or that there's a daily mission I have to do. I got plenty of phone games that annoy me with that already. There are only a few times where cosmetics actually gave you an advantage in-game, because of glitches, pushing bosses off, chaperone bonus range from a longer barrel ornament, which to fix that one they actually redesigned the whole ornament to be smaller. Bungie has this roundabout way of solving problems. If it doesn't work, just remove it. If it's being glitched, just disable it. A lot of time can be spent testing things that should be working correctly and things that shouldn't. Bungie words things so poorly that the developers don't even know the specifics. That's if you can find documentation at all. It's like an Easter egg hunt, but all of the candy is expired. You'll still look for them, probably eating it anyway. When Bungie says they will let the community get their hands on it, they're really saying, please tell us how our game actually works. We will dissect this game faster than a frog in biology class. Then we have to share that information. Does Reddit and Discord count as playing Destiny if its purpose is to focus on Destiny? Because if so, I got hours to add to my playtime. Or the Destiny mobile game I made, or the Lord Shaxx GPS voice pack, or Destiny and Beat Saber. At what point is this obsession, and what point is it just good fun? There are many ways to enjoy Destiny outside of the actual game. So what's the point? If you are smiling, it's all worth it. I bought the D is for Destiny book. Now I have a kid I can read it to. They started chewing on my controller joystick, so I gave them my old one with stick drift. Probably not the best toy, but gotta start Titans off young. You know, the only class that eats everything. My wife took an hour for a 15-minute mission. That's why I've started training now. A good question to ask yourself is, where did destiny find you? It found me at a low point. Times where I wasn't wanted, where my future dried up, where my past controlled my present, and in that sense, I think depression was good for me. The natural response. It taught me things. The thinking, the sadness, the apathy. I eventually realized I was selfless for so long that I forgot how to be happy, how to find my own joy. I was supplementing my happiness by doing things for other people. It was a fickle and shallow happiness derived from the feedback of others, riding an unpredictable emotional high. Giving is its own reward, but your mental health is like a bank account, and you can't keep spending without going bankrupt. You need something to invest in you. Pleasing people is an endless struggle. It's a tough pill, but I'm not responsible for other people's happiness. I can try as hard as I want, but that doesn't mean I will make others happy. That's also their choice, and I think it was that realization that brought me back to video games. After losing people, your independence, and the things you care about, what do you even do? And it was a process for me to learn how to love myself, that I should be more selfish. Started doing things that I wanted to do by myself, investing, and after I had filled myself up with happiness, I was able to share my excess with others again, instead of hoping someone else would fill my empty cup. Destiny helped me spend my time just existing, when I didn't have a goal, just building me up. Friends and family are far from perfect. There's a real daily struggle. Some people turn to smoking and drinking, but I turn to destiny. My life has changed a lot because of it. It's not wrong to have negative emotions. It's only human. If you aren't happy, you have to change something, for better or worse. And destiny is just like that. People are never happy with it. Like the phrase ugly stepchild. It's not Halo, it's not just an MMO, it's not just a looter shooter. Its customization is always lacking, and there will never be enough. It's described as a buffet for Locusts. Trying to appeal to so many people has only left Destiny in a constantly evolving state. You can prepare the most delicious food, but we are the locusts who will consume it in the blink of an eye and demand for more. Preparing food takes time. It can always be consumed faster than it can be replaced. MMOs and first-person shooters have very harsh critics, so Destiny has the luxury of being persecuted and trampled on by millions of people. That's not all bad. People are mad at Destiny because they care. Apathy is the Destiny killer. When you aren't frustrated or happy, then you aren't playing Destiny. It's loved by many. That's why there are so many negatives around it. Not because the game is fundamentally broken, but because there are still avenues for success. Other games won't kill Destiny off. Like Anthem, it couldn't survive. So what if Bungie takes away things you like about the game? Like if you had to replace your crayons with markers because a Titan ate them, but you realized markers were always better, forcing you to give up tradition for something new. Sometimes, it's a nice surprise. So why be mad at the Titan if it all works out in the end? So maybe if you like shotgunning, but if it gets nerfed, you may find out that you also like fusions. How can you still be crying nerf? It's this once the same, always the same mindset that goes nowhere. In Pokemon, I didn't keep my Charmander even if it's my favorite Pokemon. I wish for him to evolve, to grow. Who hasn't heard of growing pains? Your relationships change, your body changes, your meta changes. Kudos to Destiny for sticking with it all these years. Kinda like Gambit, but Gambit's dead to me. Reckoner killed the spirit. Reckoning got old, would have been better with alternatives to the bridge portion. I loved Gambit during its beta run, but it never got better. Gambit Prime was okay, but it didn't work great with matchmaking. Most people on matchmade teams have conflicting goals. When I was doing Reckoner, I would try to do only my role and screw over anyone else that wanted to do it too. If I need invasion kills, I will compete with my own team for the portal, even when I'm bad at it. To a lesser extent, bounties and triumphs are the same way. If I need linear fusion kills for a Gambit bounty, watch me steal the heavy brick every time. Gambit bounties can easily hurt your chance at winning, forcing you to play weird subclasses and weapons. Your match-made team is gonna hate how you play. You may need that 15 mote blocker deposit, even though 5 mote summons the boss. I hate those guardians. Doing the Gilded Triumphs this season leaves me numb to life. I finished watching an entire anime series while I was playing Gambit. Does that make me a bad teammate? Since I won 50 games, I would say no. Could I have won more of them? Probably. But a fun game is not about tryhards who only win. The more effort you put in, the more frustrating a loss will be. A devastating blow to the morale. So in Gambit, I adopt the casual, half paying attention, I'm only here for the loot mindset. I can't make up for my teammates that have goals set on other things than winning. It's not their fault the mode is designed for casuals, that bounties and triumphs are more rewarding than playing the game the way it was intended. I do my obligatory 3 matches for the powerful loot first few weeks of the season, but it feels like I'm trying to run with slippers on, like I don't get anywhere. Power leveling is something I take seriously in Destiny, always maxing out my returns, getting the highest power on week 2 every season, then I get to ooze on out. I plunge my heart into a pit of needles on week 1, that way I can focus on all the important things for the next few months. But I have to wait 10 weeks to do Gambit again. Seasonal challenges are not retroactive and come out every week, so I do all 10 weeks of challenges on week 10, maximizing my effort and minimizing my time, battling the croc-infested swamps of my procrastination, which is kinda how Destiny was meant to be played. Log in and play a few days, come back in a month for the next big thing and repeat. Sadly, that doesn't work well for playing with friends. You get everything done too quickly, then there's no reason to play. It is said that the end game is the friends we made along the way. Obviously, we make friends along the way because we have to LFG everything while our previous friends refuse to play with us. LFG can be frustrating. Sometimes you can't find people to run with you. Other times you hate the people you found. You may find the perfect post only to never get invited. Minutes you waste hoping for that notification sound. The Bungie Fireteams thing has gotten better, but the people I find using it are worse at the game than the people I find on other LFG sites. Maybe that's because I'm on Xbox and we have built-in LFG for every game. A real blessing for a game like Destiny. Xbox gives all of Destiny's DLC for free too, a good reason to play on Xbox, not to mention no PC hackers. I even cheesed my Game Pass Ultimate subscription, bought 2 years of Xbox Gold on top of my existing time. I turned off auto renewal before I added the card. That way, it gave me a free month for turning it on. Then I turned it off again and added the second card for another free month. Then I bought Ultimate for $1, which added another month. That also converted all of my gold time into Ultimate subscription time for free. So basically, I have Xbox for the next 3 years, and I only paid half the price for the Ultimate plan by just upgrading an account with 3 years of the lowest plan. Xbox became my console of choice even though I had a PlayStation when I was a kid. I got the 360 with a Kinect when I had my own money. It was the better investment. We never had a good computer. I even had to use the internet at the library for school projects. Our first decent computer I bought was a laptop with my own money. So what I'm getting at is I never got to play Steam games. I didn't have a mouse. I've never owned a desk or a gaming chair, so my setup is still an Xbox and a laptop. That's why I don't play PC. I played D1 on the 360. Went flawless in Trials first week it came out. I had a final round sniper that could one-shot body any player. I got the picks while my LFG group got the shotties. That was the only ever exotic grade emblem. I hope those return, but not for Trials. Trials basically took a long break only to come back as the same mode with the same problems. I think there should be exotic emblems for solo content, like solo flawless dungeons and stuff. Technically, Changing the quality of emblems from legendary to exotic provides no actual benefit in the game, unless they make it to have a gold border or something. But even still, I think it would make those emblems feel more valuable and sought after. Other people have said low man raids should have more recognition, but seeing that those involve glitches, I can see why Bungie wouldn't entertain that notion. Usually when I play Destiny, I grab food, especially raids. You shouldn't raid when you are hungry, and snacking makes people happy. Such a good combo to de-stress. Instead of yelling at my teammates, I can just mute my mic and eat stuff. It can even be something healthy. I get those single-serve chip bags, but also nuts are pretty good. There are a lot of in-between times in Destiny where you can just take a minute to yourself. If you're in the middle of playing, just let your team know you have to go walk your fish or something. Can't play 10,000 hours without food. But that's only one account of mine. Add another 1,000 for my other 10 accounts. Time spent playing the beta. My Destiny 1 time has 3,000 hours, but you can exclude the time I spent dropping a big old legendary shard. I actually breathe in Destiny and exhale Glimmer at this point. I started YouTube as a way to help players beat nightfalls. I found cheeses. Some of those still work today. I test out stupid ideas all the time. People mention things that don't work or aren't useful. Sometimes I find applications to make them useful though. The game is complex. Sometimes it's hard. I still do the pinnacles when I'm 30 under recommended to get that loot. To accomplish that, I use cheese spots. I carried tons of people on LFG through the Thorn mission, divinity runs pushing bosses off, even the solo Petrus run glitch. Not to mention the perfect tire game cheese. I remember faction rally token farming. Definitely won't see that again. The token weep farm, where we just ran in and out of the secret ninja exit, actually made it into the lore of the game. I do use my own cheeses, not all of them of course. I also can give back with emblem giveaways. The one time everyone was so hyped I gave out hundreds. I think paid for emblems are a nice addition to the game. It makes them rarer. It's not about the clout. People can't walk up and brag about their toaster emblem. I would have got the Destiny toaster, but it doesn't toast the whole slice. Like if I wanted half toasted bread, I would only put one slice in an actual toaster. Nah, I want friggin' toast. The toaster received a lot of flack for being $85 when similar products are half that. I think the worst part is that the emblem is actually cool. So cool that people are ordering the toaster, then immediately canceling the order. The emblem is sent to their email either way, so they get the bread emblem for free. Is it Bungie's fault for paywalling emblems? Is it immoral? Or is that fair game since cosmetics are technically worth nothing? Is it a scam if you're getting something worth nothing for free? Morality issues. Life sucks half the time. Time respects nothing, nothing is fair. We are always losing stuff. I'm a loser who just played Destiny in his parents' basement. But a loss means you had something to lose. Loss is a testament to your existence, a treasure in your heart. Hope isn't constant. We can lose hope, but we'll find it again, reinvent ourselves. If we are the sum of our successes, we are also the sum of our faults. We don't just get good. We hope and dream bigger. Hope is the yearning for things worth losing, making the best out of each moment. Living is the absence of certainty, taking risks and accepting loss. I think Destiny personifies that journey, so I spend my time playing it over and over again.
Cheese forever, Guardian!